Hello and welcome to the session on population education. Population education is gaining immense importance in today's world. As the planet reels under the pressure of an ever increasing population, the need to control the situation is the call of the hour. The earth has witnessed an unprecedented growth of population in the last century. This has resulted in the birth of several social, economic and environmental problems. Rapid rise in population in the world, particularly in the developing countries, is giving rise to issues like unemployment, pollution and over-exhaustion of natural resources. Even the fast progress of modern science and technology has not been able to curb the menace of population and its effects on society in particular and the earth in general. All the attempts of planning and development are being quashed by the dark shadow of the uncontrolled population expansion. It can be said that quality of life is being severely affected by the quantity of life teeming the earth. In such a complex scenario, population education is an effective means to address this global problem of overpopulation. Let us analyze the importance of population education and how it can help to rein the menace of population expansion. Meaning of population education. In simple words, population education is the education that is related to population matters such as fertility, migration, mortality, etc. It deals with problems created as a result of the rapidly growing population of the world. It stresses on the necessity to curb the population growth. It focuses on the ways for controlling this dangerous trend of population explosion across the world. As such, it can be stated that population education develops basic awareness about population and suggests ways to control this pressing problem. However, population education is not just confined to basic consciousness about population. It is a complete educational process that aims to address a much broader concept related to population problems. It intends to educate about the strong relation that exists between the population growth of a nation and the socio-economic conditions. It highlights how population growth shapes the standard of living of an individual, a society and a nation. It seeks to develop a proper attitude and ability to take rational decisions on population problems. Definition of population education. Population education may be defined as an educational program through which the basic awareness about the problems of population is formed in an individual. It bestows the ability to make balanced decisions towards the problems that result from the increasing population growth. Various educationists and scholars have defined population education as such. According to R.C. Sharma, population education is the study of human population in relation to his environment with a view to improving his quality of life without adversely affecting the environment. In view of Daniel C. Taylor, population education has a double task. It is both motivational, encourage people to adopt family planning, and instructional, teach people about population problems, its probable consequences and what the possible alternatives are. As per Dr. V.K.R.V. Rao, population education should not be treated merely as a quantitative phenomenon or just an essay in numbers. It is the quality of population that is more relevant both as a factor of growth and an end product of growth, and numbers have to be treated in terms of the effect they have in quality either by way of deterioration or improvement. Population education therefore is essentially related to human resource development. Thus, population education is not only concerned with population awareness, but also with developing values and attitudes so that both quality and quantity are taken care of. Stephen Widerman stated that population education is an educational process which assists persons A. to learn the probable causes and consequences of population phenomena for themselves and their community, including the world. B. to define for themselves and their communities the nature of the problems associated with population processes and characteristics, and C. to assess the possible effective means by which society as a whole and he as an individual can respond to and influence these processes in order to enhance the quality of life now as in future. It is evident from the above definitions that population education is concerned with the study of the population situation of the family, community, nation and world, and aims to develop among students the rational and responsible attitude and behavior towards that situation. Emergence of the concept of population education. Population education is generally described as the transference of information regarding population developments and characteristics, the reasons of population change and the effects of that change on the individual, the society and the nation. The concept of population education is relatively a new one. Its emergence can be traced back to just 4 decades ago. Its emergence can be attributed to the continuous escalation of population problems that threaten to become a major issue for all humanity on earth. After its emergence, it has gained acceptance and importance throughout the world. Currently, it is being practiced in more than 100 countries of the world. However, the manner of population education is not uniform in all these countries and varies from one to another. Some countries have introduced it into their educational system with an aim to achieve the objective of stabilizing the population and marching towards sustainable development. There is hardly any educational program that has been adopted with such a diverse conceptual outline and policy for the purpose of curriculum activity across so many countries. This concept has also witnessed frequent changes in its framework after its emergence as a crucial aspect of education. This has happened due to the reason that the concept is still a new and complex one and has emerged in a sudden and rapid manner. Though science has made huge progress, population is one field where it is still struggling. The inability to control the ever increasing number of population has only helped in the expansion of the concept of population education across the world. Even though the concept emerged in the context of population and development, it spread its wings to embrace several other pressing issues. Today, population education is not limited to the problems of the socio-economic developmental problems of humans, reducing natural resources and environmental degradation alone. It also concerns itself with issues like carrying capacity of the ecological system and the future of mankind. As such, population education is becoming an indispensable part of life everywhere on earth. Need and importance of population education. Population distribution is not balanced across the world. Some countries on earth have more population than the others. However, when we consider the overall population of the earth, it is an alarming figure that needs immediate attention. The unprecedented growth of population adversely affects the results of economic planning and hampers development. This scenario is more relevant in case of underdeveloped countries. It reverses economic and social growth, as it has a direct effect on the per capita income. As such, the quality of life is also compromised. In view of all such concerns, it becomes very important for every individual to be aware of population growth and its consequences. Population education is crucial for effective planning and family welfare. The need and importance of population education can be described as follows. To check population explosion, the most important need for population education is to create awareness about population and its growth rate. It seeks to stress on the importance of having a small sized family over overall welfare of the individual, the society and the nation. To improve the quality of life, population education is vital for population control, which in turn improves the quality of life. To ensure maximum utilization of natural resources, one of the main needs of population education is to maintain an optimum population. Optimum population is the only way through which natural resources can be utilized effectively. This arrests the wastage of natural resources. To maintain and improve health, health is the most vital thing for human beings. Good health is one of the main conditions for a happy life. Population education is needed to impart information and knowledge about the ways to maintain and improve human health. This leads to a better life. To curb undernourishment. Undernourishment adversely affects the growth of an individual. Population education provides knowledge about the causes that lead to undernourishment and suggests ways to overcome it. To prepare the young generation for life, population education is needed to teach the young generation to lead an improved life. It provides information about leading a healthy life. It teaches about sex education and highlights the importance of having a small family. To develop healthy skills and attitude, population education is important for creating healthy skills and attitudes among the students. To lay stress on family planning, population education is important for describing the ill effects of population explosion and emphasizing on the importance of having a small family. It highlights the advantages of family planning. To check inappropriate reproductive behavior, population education is needed to express the importance of maintaining appropriate gap between two children and reducing the number of children. To establish the equality of sexes, population education is essential for highlighting the fact that the male child and the female child carry equal importance. It nullifies the idea that a male child is superior to a female child. Module 3, Objectives of Population Education. The main objective of population education is to create awareness and understanding regarding population and its problems. The primary aim of population education is not to indoctrinate students, but to help them in understanding the problems of population growth in a methodical manner. It seeks to highlight the effect that population growth has on the quality of life at the micro and macro level. It intends to develop attitude and interest regarding population issues for ensuring the welfare of the family in particular and of the society and the nation in general. Primary objectives. The primary objectives of population education can be expressed as follows: to understand the population of a nation, its growth rate and structure in the context of world population; to realize the importance and impact of population and its aspects on the present and the future quality of life. It includes issues like economic and social development and environmental problems. To recognize that the size of family affects the development process and that the size can be planned for the well-being of individual families in general and the society at large. To comprehend the health risks involved during and after childbirth for both the mother and the child. To accept the fact that the probability of attaining a better quality of life lies more with a small family setting than a large family setting. To understand the government's family welfare policies and programs in relation to the requirements of the nation. General objectives. Apart from the primary objectives, there are several general objectives of population education. These can be described as follows. To acquire knowledge and attitude. One of the main objectives of population education is to provide the learner with the opportunity to obtain skills, knowledge, values and attitudes that are essential for comprehending the concept of population. To evaluate and judge. Another essential purpose of population education is to empower the learners to analyze the existing condition of population and its effect on the welfare of the present and future generations in terms of families, societies and nations. To make informed decision. The purpose of population education is to help learners in making balanced decisions after thoroughly analyzing the style of population education. To react or respond to the programs. The objective of population education is to make the learner capable enough to react to population conditions and issues in an informed manner by intending to act or by taking conscious action. Distinguishing attributes of population education. Population education is an informative process aimed at raising consciousness and addressing the issues related to population. The distinguishing attributes of population education can be summarized as follows. Population education is an educational program aimed at making learners realize the interrelationship that exists among population change and the quality of human life at the individual level, the society and the nation. The eventual goal of population education is to inspire learners to take steps for the improvement of the quality of human life for the current times as well as future times. It is a learning process dedicated to problems related to excessive population growth. Thus, it is relevant only when there are issues related to population. This makes it a discovery and inquiry based learning process. Population education makes use of values clarification approach towards learning. It provides realistic alternatives on population issues. It enables learners to make balanced decisions based on the consequential examination of each alternative. As such, it requires proficient handling of multiracial, multireligious and multilingual societies or nations. Population education is multidisciplinary in its approach. Its content is derived from various disciplines that include biology, population studies, demography, sociology, statistics, economics, psychology and some more. The above points clearly express the fact that population education is a multidisciplinary, value laden and population problem centered educational program that aims to improve the quality of human life at the present and future times. It also clarifies that population education is not either population studies, sex education, family planning, birth control or demography alone, but a combination of all these concepts and disciplines and more. Problems of population education. As stated earlier in this unit, population education is a relatively new concept. It is being implemented in various countries across the world based on their particular problems and the solutions that they seek to achieve through this educational program. The manner of population education adopted by various countries is not uniform in nature. The diverse conceptual framework and unique issues of population often results in creating problems for population education in a particular society or a nation. Some major problems of population education in India are: confusion regarding the concept. Population education lacks a satisfactory definition due to the fact that it is a new concept. It leads to confusion among the teachers and the educationists regarding its objectives, curriculum and process of teaching. Seminars and sessions can be organized to discuss and explain such concepts to the teachers and parents. Inadequate or insufficient curriculum. The curriculum of a new educational program is vital for its effective implementation. It is a new discipline and there is a lack of suitable curriculum for in-school as well as out-of-school programs. The concerned educational boards, panels and organizations like NCERT, SCERTs etc. should take up initiative and the responsibility to chalk out guidelines that can be followed by teachers at various stages. Deficiency in materials and new technology. Lack of teaching materials like textbooks, instructional materials, audiovisual aids, insufficient propagation materials for mass media like newspaper, radio, television etc. adversely affects the implementation of population education program. There should be enough teaching and instructional materials to overcome such problems. Insufficient number of trained teachers or qualified personnel. Population education is a new concept in India. As such, the teachers in our schools are not fully trained or adequately equipped with the proper subject matter to be dealt under population education. There should be proper and suitable guidelines to help teachers facing such dilemma. Raising awareness of parents. Parents and guardians must be made aware about the importance of introducing population education in schools and colleges. They must be made conscious of the fact that all socio-economic ills like unemployment, poverty, shortage of food and other amenities are a consequence of population growth, especially in the underdeveloped countries like India. It is essential that parents realize the importance of population education and help shape the outlook of students in this matter. Inadequate communication options. Communication of new ideas to masses is dependent on the local languages. In a huge country like India, where there are 15 official languages and no less than 1652 dialects, communicating a new idea to the far-flung areas becomes a problem. There are several distant places in our country where communities speak their own dialects and cannot grasp the programs broadcast through mass media like television and radio in the official language. This creates hindrances for the propagation of the concept in such areas. Insufficient planning and coordination. For a new educational program to be successful, there must be adequate planning and coordination at every level, but insufficient planning and coordination hinders the implementation of the programs of population education. Social and religious stigmas. A major barrier for implementation of programs related to population education is the social and religious beliefs prevalent in our country. Taboos and stigmas associated with family planning and birth control are hindrances in the successful implementation of population education programs. Ignorance, superstitions, traditional beliefs and misconceptions create barriers for population education in India? Lack of adequate research. Lack of research in the field of population education is causing difficulty in the implementation of population education programs. Adequate research is required in this area for its successful implementation. There should be encouragement for basic research and action oriented research to make progress in the conceptualization and implementation of population education. In a vast, varied and populous country like India, the implementation of the programs related to population education is of utmost importance. Population education must be a part of school and college curriculum. Children must be taught to develop an attitude for population education and its effective application. The successful implementation of population education in our country is crucial for our well-being at the individual, social and national level. Let me summarize the session. Unprecedented population growth is a global problem today. The ever increasing population on earth is causing serious problems in the social, economic and environmental spheres of human life. Population education is an effective measure adopted by several countries to curb the menace of population. It increases awareness and understanding about the problems of population. The primary goal of population education is to highlight the effect of population growth on the quality of life at the individual, social and national level. Population education is a multidisciplinary, value-laden and population problem-centered educational program that aims to improve the quality of human life at the present and future times. In a vast country like India, a new idea like population education is facing a lot of hindrances in its proper implementation. However, if we want to control our population and rise above the problems created by population growth, we will have to work towards its successful implementation. Now, you can try to answer the questions given here. 1. What is meant by population education? Why is it important for every individual to be aware of population growth and its consequences? What are the primary objectives of population education? What are the distinguishing attributes of population education? Discuss any 3 problems of implementing population education in India. Hope that you may go through the reference books given here. Population education, written by Pandey VC in 2006, published by Isha Publisher, New Delhi. Population education, written by Reddy M.V. Lakshmi in 2004, published by Ashish Publishing House, New Delhi. Comprehensive Study of Education, written by Samuel R.S. in 2011, published by PHI Learning Private Limited, New Delhi. Thank you for watching this program. We can meet again with another topic. Have a nice day.